Well, tonight we're going to do a different topic, the moon landing. Well, deniers and flat earthers sometimes overlap because the flat earthers don't want to admit that space exists. But this guy thinks there's an issue with the rover. This is the rover. But we'll let him talk. Just 1 second.
If I may, and that is that the gullibility of the public has been the reason for what I would call hogwash. And may I quote an example that illustrates this? We were told that we've been to the moon. And I noticed in the film on the supposed moon landing that there was a Willys Jeep there, dressed up as a rover and called a moon vehicle, that apparently was on that cardboard box looking thing that landed there. That Willys Jeep there, that apparently was never seen being unloaded and mounted from that ridiculous little fragile thing that would never hold a Willys Jeep, even in bits. And yet the public seemed to be able to say, yes, well, we went to the moon. Well, you'd have to be half a half-wit, wouldn't you, to be able to say that a Willys Jeep can suddenly emerge from that, and there was no evidence that was any...
Willys Jeep. Willys Jeep was a Jeep that developed during the Second World War between 1940 and, well, the development between 1940 and 1942. It's meant as a light recon vehicle for officers and to get soldiers around. Now let's look at a moon rover. This is a moon rover. It doesn't look at all like a Willys Jeep to me. The tires are a mesh tire. I believe it was an electric engine because combustion engines wouldn't work on the surface of the moon. So it doesn't even look remotely like one another. So I don't get how he thinks that looks like a Willys Jeep. Now we'll take a look at an animation showing how the vehicle folded up and where it was located on the limb. And as you can see in the front here, there's this panel that says rover. That's where the rover fit. Just unfolded from there and you drove away on it. Quite simple.
what I would call hogwash. And may I quote an example that illustrates this? We were told that we've been to the moon. And I noticed in the film, so gullible that they'll accept such nonsense as a landing on the moon when scientists at NASA today are talking about, not just one, but several scientists I have heard talking about searching for a way to get to the moon. Now, what do they do? I thought we'd been there. I thought we'd already...
Oh, right. They lost the technology, Philip.
One scientist said that we haven't got the technology because we've thrown it away or given it away or lost it or something and we can't get it back again. And I thought to myself, well, that sounds to me the absolute apex of naivety, but that's something that supposedly I've got to believe. And other scientists are saying that the Van Allen belt is impenetrable and we're still trying to work out how to do it. I know they had a few layers of tinsel to be able to protect the astronauts that apparently went to the moon in 1969, but these are the sorts of things that I've got in the background that officialdom is telling me I'm supposed to believe. Now, coming back from the moon, where we've had...
It's not that we really lost the technology, it's that we've advanced technology, and that a lot of the technology that they used in the 60s is not compatible with modern technology, so we have to find new ways to do things, and more accurate ways to do things. That's basically what they mean by lost the technology. We just haven't been sending things to the moon on a regular basis, so we just need to redevelop it for the new technology. And the Van Allen radiation belt, it's mostly protons, electrons, and hydrogen or helium nucleus, and most of that can be deflected with a relatively thin piece of metal, and plus you travel through it so fast that it just takes a few minutes. It just takes minutes to hours to pass through it, so it wouldn't give much of a dose to the astronauts anyway. And I'm thinking I'm going to close it at that because I don't want to go into anti-vax stuff, and that's what he's going into next, is about the COVID vaccine being a bioweapon. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I have a few doses in my system right now. I've had a few doses, so I don't think it's a bioweapon. But okay, have a good night, and I hope somebody enjoyed this. Bye.